What's up, everybody? It's your boy Johnny Buck here. I just realized that my last podcast did not upload. So I just uploaded it. So you guys should have access to that. I was wondering why I wasn't getting many comments. And check it out. I put a link to Turo in there. I talk about that. It's another Airbnb for cars. So go back, listen to my last podcast. Look in the description. There's a link to Turo. Super cool. Check it out. It's another Airbnb for cars. Get to help the local economy. So this is gonna kind of be a recap of what went on in New Orleans. A lot of shit I learned. Legit life-changing experience for me. And not because I got so drunk I went blind on Bourbon Street. And surprisingly enough, I only drank realistically one day, and it went from 0 to 60 really fucking quick. But we'll get to that later. So first, thank you guys for listening to this. I'll get to some of that stuff later, why I'm thanking you all. But really, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing this and subscribing and letting all your friends know how awesome this is. It's definitely going to help me grow and help you and your friends, hopefully. So let's get back into what we're talking about here. So New Orleans, I went to New Orleans for Combat Business Success with Alan Belcher, Paul Halmy, and Amy Majors. And it's, without a doubt, it was a life-changing experience. I don't know the sticker value on that. I'm part of their mastermind group, which I've talked about before. But whatever it cost, it was worth 10 times that. I posted a picture on my Facebook of 2 out of my 3 folders I had. My little spiral folders they gave you with note sheets and talk about the people in there and whatnot. And, dude, it was an unreal experience. Day one, Thursday, we did a half day. And Amy's first talk about, business and stuff like that. We'll talk into that in a second. But it was really, really life-changing for me. It helped me put some things into perspective. So let's talk about New Orleans real quick. So we walked around a lot, even though I got that Turo. We walked around a lot, and I got to see a lot of really cool things. I got to see, it's a tricentennial for those guys, so they're 300 years old, almost old as Charleston. Suck it, go Charleston. But it's a very different experience, and the food was fucking amazing. I don't eat seafood. I eat sushi and calamari and stuff. I don't eat sushi, so a lot of the Creole food was fucking mind-blowing. Like I said, we got in an Uber, and this older black lady was surprised that we were going where we were going. And I really was, the only white people in there. So, dude, we went back one more time. It was amazing. Dude, I love the food play there. I love the atmosphere. I love the energy of the city. They're super resilient people. They get fucked up constantly. Hurricanes and just shitty things and fucked up politicians, which is everywhere, but it's just fucking crazy. And they're resilient people. I didn't see very many poor me, oh, woe is me shit. It was great. Another thing I noticed, white people don't talk to you down there. You're walking down the street, and you say, hi, how are you? White people don't talk to you. And if you guys don't know me, I'm white. I'm a big Neanderthal-looking motherfucker, but I'm white. And the girl I was with, she's a small. She doesn't look like a Neanderthal. If you say hi to somebody or, hey, how are you, and they're white, they're not going to say shit to you. The Hispanics and the blacks had no problem talking to me. Super polite. So if you're a white people, talk to people. Be nice. Don't be scared. All right? No wonder everybody's fucking racist. I hate white people. Another thing, I didn't see any stray dogs. I didn't see a single fucking stray dog. What I did see was a shitload of stray cats. And that was kind of cool. I like outdoor cats. I'm looking for a cat right now to have outside. It will never come to my home. Just because I think they're cool. But, yeah, definitely New Orleans is a fucking neat place, man. I'm really looking forward to going back. Like I said, I spent a week down there in Mid-City. I got to train at Mid-City MMA. Those guys are awesome. So if you're in New Orleans, you should definitely swing by and train with them. Really good program to do. They follow the Bang Muay Thai system on their feet. And they do all kinds of jiu-jitsu. Really good high-level stuff there. So definitely check them out. So let's talk about the actual the reason I went was Combat Business Live #2. Like I said, if you run a jiu-jitsu gym, karate gym, Krav Maga gym, Muay Thai, if you run some kind of martial arts facility, you need to be in this group, all right? Unless you are in the Asheville area, then fucking stay out. I don't want to compete with you. They've done a lot for me, the way they work. And it's a great group. It's a great tribe. Is what I really like about it. And that's what I harp on, is investing in yourself. It's something you have to do. Like, nobody's going to invest in you. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, your parents do in the beginning. They send you to school. They send you to college and shit. But unless you're willing to invest in yourself, you're fucking up, man. You don't need that new pair of shoes. You don't need that Xbox. You don't need the fucking iPhone 10. What you do need to do is to improve your life and improve what you're worth or your value. Whether you're an employee or a business owner, okay, or anybody. If you're an employee, spend a little time getting better at your craft. That'll make you more valuable. If your boss doesn't realize how valuable you are at that point, guess what? Somebody else will, and you can shop yourself around so you're not making minimum wage and bitching about the cost of living, okay? Definitely invest in yourself. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of what we went over. No inside secrets, just how it impacted me and how I looked at it. So the first day, Thursday, we were down there. Amy Majors, she did a like a presentation or speech or talk, whatever. And she gave us a sheet. It was like 4 core values. I wish I had it with me. I don't have it right now, but 4 core values, your story of your gym, your mission statement, and something like that. And I've never really written a mission statement. I've never thought about it. People like to fuck with me. Like, what do you value? What do you, and they thought they're going to be some kind of smart ass answer. Like, hey, usually if you take pride in something, you take care of it. Like, if you like cars, your car's dialed in. If you like your house, like your outside of your house is dialed in. And for me, now the gym's not a shithole by any means. My gym's not, but it's not super organized. And so my friend was giving me shit. She, thought she was gonna be cute and catch me. And she goes, "Well, what do you value? People, relationships. That is something I've always known. I've never written it down, never thought about it, but I value relationships with people." And I've met a lot of people. I've met a shitload of fucking people in my life, which I could care less about most of them. Not because I don't like people, but because they it's a give and take relationship. And who you are and what you do matters a lot to me. And that's my goal. My goal is to help other people. And I wrote down my mission statement finally, and it's not finalized. It's a scribbled up mess, and I had a lot of emotion behind it. I've never thought about it. Like I've never sat and thought about why I do this, why I do the gym, why I am the way I am. And I did, and it was cool writing it down. It was neat seeing that. And what I got out of that was I'm different. Like I talked to BMAC about it, which he says, and it makes sense. Like I've never talked about my mission statement. I've never said to anybody the most important thing in my gym is people, is community, is that tribe. I've never said that. But if you look at my employees, if you look at our members, you see that. Like when somebody says, "Hey, can you help me move out of my house Tuesday night at 10 p.m.?" I'm like, fuck. Yes, and there's people helping out of our gym. Like I tried to get there. I was actually moving out of my old house into my new house because me and my ex-old lady split. But that was, I'll make the load. If you need help, I'll come back and get you. And then I made sure she had everything squared away later. And then, so that's the environment in my gym. That's who we are. It's who I am. And it's reflected. And the way I carry myself, the way I behave, shows that. I think it appears to be that way. I don't say it. I act like if you ask me for a favor, it's the biggest pain in the ass on earth. It's joking. It's usually joking unless you're a pain in the ass. But I've never really written that down, and I thought that was neat. And so what I got out of that was, one, I wrote it all down. But two, people need to write down everything. And this sounds stupid, but write it down. Write down what you believe in. Write down your core values. Write down like your personal mission statement. You don't have to be a fucking business to have a mission statement. Like, write it down. Who are you? What do you do? What do you believe in? I've always believed that you should have no problem fighting for what you believe in. And I don't mean fighting a winning battle. I mean, like, if you're at the bar and you love your old lady and Brock Lesnar calls her a fucking cunt, you need to take that ass whooping. Like, that's just what you have to do. That's like, if you believe in something so strongly, you would take an ass whooping for it, then you believe in it. You should have no problem being ridiculous and feeling ridiculed for things you think. So that was a huge thing. I've harped on this a little more, but I want you guys to see how important that is to me, is knowing who you are and being able to convey that to somebody else. That's been the biggest thing for what I took out of that seminar. And honestly, it had a lot of impact. I didn't go out very much. I spent a lot of time working on that over the next 4 days. Obviously, I'm still working on it. It took so long to get this podcast up. So that was that. But yeah, man, that was a really good talk. And obviously, Amy talked about systems and whatnot, how to run your business way more efficiently. And she's top notch at that. So another speaker at the thing was Paul Halmy. He talks about, the social media guy, the traffic guy, the big ear guy because he has big ears and whatnot. And then he talked about why. And then we talked about the lifestyle gym guy. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm not chasing $1 million. I probably will chase that just to do it, just to say I did, because it's a challenge to me. I don't care about money, obviously. The more money I make, the more money I can do things with, the more I can help people. But my big push for me personally is living a lifestyle I want. You can be super happy with $40,000, and you can be super miserable with $40 million a year. So I want to live that lifestyle. Like I get to go down to Alabama next week after being a week in New Orleans and train with BMAC, and then I'm going to do some cross training with Chris Connolly over in Birmingham at Straight Blast. So really looking forward to that. Could I be making more money right now at a job? Probably. Would I be miserable? Also probably. Or I'd be in prison for killing somebody. These are all possible options. So obviously I'm not going to go into what Paul talked about far as like how to get more traffic on your website, how to get more people in your gym. I'm not going to talk about that. You want that, you pay them. You don't fucking steal it from me. But that was a really cool thing. I listening to Paul talk about, going from 4 gyms to 1 gym and going from hating MMA or hating training to loving his life. That's a big thing for me. Another one was Alan Belcher. So it's, for all intents and purposes, he started this circus. And what I find to be the most, almost like contradictory to one another, but it makes sense. What I mean is, Alan Belcher is the kind of guy that will tell you to do it anyways. Like, hey, you're not really sure if you should start this gym yet. Do it anyways. Like I should not have started my gym. It was financially fucking stupid at the time I started my gym to move my gym on my own. But I did it because I believed in myself 100%. I invested in myself. I maxed out a shitload of credit cards. But that's what I did, and it's paying dividends. But where he kind of is contradictory to himself, and not like himself, but like your normal person, is he's an action taker. Like, he says, hey, you do this right now. So he gets you hyped up. He makes you believe in yourself, which is the most valuable fucking thing you can do. He makes you believe in more than yourself, and more than yourself than you should. You think you should, not that you should. You definitely should believe more. And he makes you want to fucking do it. He makes you want to be awesome. And like, it's funny. Jen came down with me and she laughed. Like, she said, "You two are 2 peas in a fucking pod." But we're both go getters. We're both hustlers. We both do our thing. I'm trying to be on his level at some point, but